Imagine waking up to a world in a dizzying rush. The moment your eyes open, you sense something is off. Your surroundings feel unstable, as if the very ground beneath you is vibrating with energy. The air itself seems to hum with anticipation, hinting at the chaos to come. The landscape outside your window is a blur, colors and shapes smeared together by impossible speed. Trees, buildings, and roads whip past so quickly that it's almost impossible to focus on any one thing. The world you once knew has become a living painting, constantly shifting and impossible to pin down. The sun rockets across the sky, tracing a frantic arc from horizon to horizon in what feels like minutes. Shadows stretch and shrink at breakneck pace, and the warmth of daylight is fleeting, gone before you can truly savor it. The horizon itself seems to bend and warp under a relentless force, as if the planet is straining against invisible hands. This isn't a dream. Earth has suddenly doubled its rotational speed, and nothing is as it was. The ground beneath us, once stable, is now a high-speed carousel. Cities, forests, and mountains whip past in a terrifying blur. The world has become a cosmic centrifuge, and we're all just clinging on. Every step feels uncertain, as if gravity itself is struggling to keep you anchored. Our lives' familiar rhythm, day and night, would be shattered. A day is now 12 frantic hours, 6 of daylight, 6 of darkness. The sun and moon swap places in a dizzying dance, leaving little time for rest or routine. The transition between them is abrupt, a rapid-fire sequence of light and shadow. Our internal clocks, finely tuned to the old world, are thrown into perpetual jet lag. The very concept of time feels distorted, challenging our perception of reality. Sleep becomes elusive, and confusion reigns as our bodies struggle to adapt to this relentless cycle. The sounds of this new world are just as jarring. A constant, low hum fills the air, the roar of a planet in overdrive. The ground vibrates with energy, and the atmosphere is thick with the noise of a world spinning far too fast. Winds howl with ferocity, creating storms that make today's hurricanes look tame. Superstorms become a permanent feature. The sky is rarely calm, and the threat of disaster is ever present, reshaping coastlines and flooding cities. Even standing still feels different. A strange lightness settles in your bones. The increased spin generates powerful centrifugal force, pushing everything outward and making you weigh noticeably less. Everyday actions, walking, lifting, even sitting, feel subtly off, as if you're living on the edge of weightlessness. This lightness isn't a superpower, it's physics at its most personal, with unsettling consequences for our bodies and buildings. The very stability of the ground is compromised. Structures creak and sway, and cracks appear where there were none before. We are now passengers on a cosmic thrill ride we never signed up for. Welcome to Earth, reimagined by speed, a planet transformed where every moment is a battle to adapt, and the only certainty is change. To truly grasp the chaos that would come with a faster spinning Earth, we first need to pause and appreciate the remarkable balance of the world we know today. Every morning as the sun rises gently over the horizon, we experience the result of a planet in perfect motion, a harmony that sets the pace for all life. Right now, Earth spins at a steady, reliable speed, about 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. This rotation is so smooth and constant we hardly ever think about it. You don't feel this incredible speed because everything around you, air, oceans and land, moves in unison, just like coffee resting calmly in a jet cruising high above the clouds. This steady rotation acts as our master clock, orchestrating the familiar cycle of day and night that shapes our routines and our sense of time. At any moment, one half of our planet basks in sunlight, day, while the other is wrapped in darkness, night. This simple division is the heartbeat of our world. For billions of years, this 24-hour rhythm has guided the evolution of life, shaping the habits and cycles of every living thing. Plants open their petals to the morning sun, animals stir and hunt, and humans rise to greet the day, all in sync with this dependable cosmic metronome. Gravity keeps us grounded, but the planet's spin creates a subtle outward force, most noticeable at the equator, making you weigh just a little less there than at the poles. It's a tiny difference, but it's a reminder of the forces at play beneath our feet. Our world exists in this beautifully calibrated equilibrium, where every force is balanced and every system is interconnected. The tides, driven by the moon's gravity and enhanced by Earth's rotation, create the regular rise and fall of sea levels, shaping coastlines and marine life. As our planet spins, different regions pass through these tidal bulges, mixing nutrients in the oceans and sculpting the land, supporting rich ecosystems along the shore. This intricate web of systems, weather, oceans, land, and life, works together to make Earth not just habitable, but stable and predictable for all its inhabitants. It's a balance we rarely notice, quietly shaping every moment of our lives, yet everything we know and love depends on it. We live on a planet perfectly tuned for life, a world where harmony and balance have allowed us and countless other species to thrive. Now imagine doubling the speed of our planet's rotation. The world you know begins to slip away, replaced by a reality that feels both lighter and more chaotic. At the equator, we're now spinning at 2,000 miles per hour, twice as fast as before. The ground beneath your feet is moving at a speed that's hard to even comprehend. The centrifugal force is no longer subtle, it's a force you feel every moment. It tugs at you, pushing you outward, making you feel strangely buoyant. Gravity's grip weakens, you weigh less, especially at the equator, up to 30 pounds lighter for some. Everyday actions like walking or lifting objects suddenly feel effortless, almost dreamlike. Athletes could jump higher, construction would change, but our bodies would suffer. Buildings and bridges would need to be redesigned to withstand the new forces, and even simple tasks could become unexpectedly challenging. Bones and muscles would weaken like astronauts in space, but for everyone. Over time, our bodies would adapt, but not without cost. Fragility and fatigue would become common. The day shrinks to 12 hours, 6 of daylight, 6 of night. Our internal clocks would struggle to keep up, and sleep patterns would be thrown into disarray. The sun races across the sky, and the world's rhythm is frantic. Sunrises and sunsets blur together, and the pace of life accelerates beyond what we're used to. Every organism from microbes to whales is thrown off by this relentless beat. Plants struggle to photosynthesize, animals become confused, and entire ecosystems are forced to adapt or perish. The sky itself changes. The sun and moon move twice as fast, constellations march across the night in hours. Stargazers would barely have time to spot their favorite stars before they vanish. Stargazing becomes a dizzying experience, with stars streaking overhead in a blur, making the night sky feel unfamiliar and disorienting. Satellites, especially geostationary ones, lose their positions. Global communications and GPS are thrown into chaos. Navigation, weather forecasting, and even banking systems would be disrupted. The heavens reflect the planet's instability. The very fabric of our connection to the universe seems to unravel. Our sense of time, space, and even our own bodies is fundamentally altered. Reality feels warped, as if we're living in a world that's constantly slipping out of sync. The world is lighter, faster, and far less familiar. Every day brings new challenges, and nothing feels quite the same. Life as we know it is upended. The familiar routines and comforts of daily existence are replaced by uncertainty and adaptation. The new Earth is a place of constant adjustment. Humanity must learn to survive in a world that never slows down, where change is the only constant. Nothing is as it was. In this lighter, faster reality, we are all forced to redefine what it means to live on Earth. The most catastrophic change? The oceans. The intensified centrifugal force bulges the oceans outward at the equator, flooding entire regions. Coastal cities and tropical countries vanish beneath a swollen equatorial sea. Water levels at the equator rise by miles, while polar oceans recede, exposing new land. The world's map is redrawn, a flooded equator, vast new polar continents. Newly exposed lands are barren and salty, unfit for life. The equator becomes a humid, foggy, storm-racked belt, unlivable for humans. The dream of a tropical paradise is drowned in perpetual storm and steam. Water and speed reshape the world into something alien. The sky is a place of constant, bewildering motion. The sun sprints from horizon to horizon in 6 hours. Sunrises and sunsets are brief, dramatic flashes. Daylight is cooler and night falls abruptly. Twilight is a fleeting moment. The moon races, its phases cycle faster, and the stars whirl overhead in a dizzying carousel. Long exposure astrophotography is nearly impossible. The Coriolis effect intensifies, twisting winds and ocean currents into chaos. Weather becomes violent and unpredictable. Smaller, more intense storms, relentless gales. Air travel is dangerous, with extreme jet streams and turbulence. The sky, once a symbol of freedom, becomes a hostile, turbulent frontier. Above and below, chaos reigns. For life, a 12-hour day is devastating. Our circadian rhythms, tuned to 24 hours, are thrown into chaos. Permanent jet lag becomes the norm, sleep is fragmented, and chronic exhaustion sets in. Health suffers, weakened immunity, higher disease risk, and constant fatigue. Agriculture collapses. Plants can't adapt to 6-hour days. Photosynthesis drops, crop yields plummet, and food shortages spread. Farmers battle a schedule and biology that no longer match. The psychological toll is immense. Anxiety, confusion, and instability become widespread. The familiar rhythms of life vanish, replaced by stress and uncertainty. Society must reinvent itself to survive in this new tempo. The biological crisis is matched by a societal one. This thought experiment reveals a profound truth. Our existence depends on cosmic balance. Earth's 24-hour day is a gift, providing the stability for life to flourish. Change one variable, like the planet's spin, and everything unravels. The tides, winds, seasons, and our own biology are all part of a grand, interconnected system. Imagining its disruption helps us appreciate its significance. The steady spin of our planet is the silent heartbeat of life. We are lucky to live on a world so perfectly tuned. Our responsibility is to cherish and protect this fragile home.